Joined by Siena head coach Jimmy Patsos, sophomore guard Nico Clareth, momentarily by Brett Bisping as well. Coach, if you could begin with an opening statement.
You know, it was a great game the other night. We just ran out of gas, and they played really well. Tonight, I thought we came out with a lot of energy, and we could have gone either way on that. You know, it was a tough loss, but we're grateful to be playing basketball in February because March is coming up close. We know we have to get better. We talked about, you know, being in second gear, then third gear, and then fourth gear. And then I thought tonight for a lot of the game we're in fifth gear, and that's what's going to take to do that in this tournament coming up. And our next test in this building is Niagara, who beat us. They beat us fair and square. They've done a lot of good things this year. There are a lot of good players. But tonight, I'm really proud of our guys because of a lot of things. They could have gone a lot of ways, and they decided to play even harder. Brett, way to go. Love you like a brother. Proud of you. And then Nico was just whether he had foul trouble or not. I said, you want to play with fouls? I'm fine. And he's going to make shots, and that was impressive performance. I'll take any questions.
Jimmy, how important was it to get a win at home tonight?
You
get back in the comfort zone here. You know?
No, I wouldn't say we're not in the comfort zone on the map, but I get it. Tom Herter gave the speech before the game because Tom Herter Jr. is on the cover. When you're on the cover of the media scout, you know. And Herter came in and said, we lost 3 in a row at home. We're not losing any more at home. That's from a young guy. You know, because he was on the cover of the handout, so I kind of do that. And Tom got up there, and it's funny because he's kind of a quieter kid, but he obviously clearly has a great basketball pedigree. But he was dead serious, right? When he said, "We've lost 3 in a row, and that's not okay. So let's win. Let's start another kind of streak. Let's start a winning streak, and it starts tonight." I said, "Okay." So it's nice to hear. So yeah, we got to get a win. We needed the win. Manhattan's they've won 2 out of the 3 years I've been here. I know they don't. Steve's unbelievable coach to get them. They were right there. I was nervous in the second half. When they get Williams back next year, he did what we did with Brett. You had to pull him out. Steve's an unbelievable coach. He really knows what he's doing, and you better not take 2 minutes off, which we did. We got caught because they play so hard. And when they get Williams back next year, they're going to be a force.
Brett, you were pretty confident yesterday when you were talking about how you were going to change things around tonight. It seemed like you kind of went out there and made that happen yourself. Is that kind of – can you just describe your game to me?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I didn't play well for a few games, and I mean, I didn't want to let that keep happening, but, you know, teammates supported me, coaches supported me, so, you know, I felt like I'm happy with how I played tonight and more happy that we won.
Brett, you've been critical of just the team overall in terms of energy or following the scout, and a lot of people will look at Manhattan's record and say, well, of course Siena blew them out, but how much of tonight's final score was a product of you guys playing the way you should play? We played with a lot of energy tonight from the jump. We came ready to go. I think we handled their pressure well. You know, I think as a team, we all had energy, we all had emotion, and we weren't happy with how last game ended, so we kind of let it out tonight.
Coach, last game, you were talking about how you had to look at the tape and see about other players. Tonight, first question is, how big was it to get your big men involved? Because they were kind of scoring, and then after a while, you got Nico and Marquise scoring, so it's kind of like pick your poison. Is this the example that you were making a point of last game?
Yeah.
Is this what you?
No, I mean, this guy was 6th man of the year for the reason, and he may be 6th man of the year. He's got my vote as 6th man of the year again. Yes. The one thing is we didn't play as poorly as I thought after watching the tape, and they played even better than I thought. This team, Monmouth, I'm going to say it again, they should get an at-large bid right now. I don't care. I'm watching a lot of games at night, a lot of good teams out there. I'm telling you, this Monmouth team, they played lights out. And they played, and then we ran out of gas a little bit, but we shouldn't have let a guy get 40, but I'll tell you what, he earned him. That guy, how good was he on tape, right? Robinson? The good news is we get to play him again. But I've been in the MAC 13 years. I've seen some at-large teams, whatever. They're better than they were last year, in my opinion. And they're playing with so much confidence in the 3 guys. I really hope they get a bid. That's how good they are. That being said, we can't lose a guy. You know, tonight we lost number 3 a couple of times, but it's not perfection. It's just performing. We talked about performing for 40 minutes. We practiced the coach's game plan, you know. But the players got to perform for 40 minutes, maybe 36 minutes. And I thought we only performed for 32, and that's not going to do it against Monmouth. And against Manhattan, I thought we played for 38. We took a couple of minutes off, and they came back. They cut it to 6. Because they play so hard, and Capuano's really, you know, that guy. I know he's 16. We recruited him here. Waterman, I think we did a really good job. He's going to get his, and then his Turner, but we did a good job shutting everybody else down. That team, for 32 minutes the other night, Siena was very good. 30 minutes, but that's not enough against the best team. A team that I think can win again. I'm telling you, that team is I'm telling you. But we're looking forward to playing them again. But right now, we just talked about it. We're getting ready tomorrow. And we're going to get ready for Niagara, who beat us last time we played them. And they beat some teams. I think they won at St. Peter's. They've been doing some damage to people. I know they beat Canisius, who's really good. So we got a quick turnaround, and we got to be ready to play Saturday night. And it's at 8 o'clock for those out there. And we need our fans. Thanks for our fans. They were great.
So, Coach, congratulations on the win, first of all.
Thank you.
Tough
Clearly, you're
loss.
not been in the media very long.
So, you bounced back after a tough loss from Monmouth. Will this big win gain confidence for you and your team going forward against your last couple of games and heading into the MAC tournament?
No, it's a great question. Yes, because it's all about confidence and winning in the. Anytime you get a win, you feel good. You get a loss, you feel bad. I've said there's some good losses, but losing by 20, I can sell it all I want. They kicked our butt here last time, so we were a little shook. But these guys, they helped me. They said, Coach, we're all right. We're going to be. And Levon was, Marquise is great. He's going to do his thing. 40 minutes, 37 minutes running around against that. But I thought Levon was really mentally engaged. He did a lot of stuff that's not going to show up on the stat sheet and played very well and made his free throws, and there he is, 6 or 7 from the line, 3 assists, 7 rebounds, some big plays, and Levon was ready to go. Questions for Nico?
I have one for you. I mean, you talked about Levon being engaged. And is that something you can kind of tell right away, and is it something that kind of sticks throughout the whole game?
Yeah, I wouldn't say all the time. Sometimes he's a slow starter, but sometimes he's just a great player, Levon. But he's got a lot going. He's played a lot of games, got a lot of miles on him. I think sometimes anything Levon Long does wrong, I'll tell you one thing right now, is not intentional. He's a great dude. Am I lying? Levon's a good dude. He's a good guy. He's fun to be around. He knows the game really well. He's left-handed. He's a good artist. Like left-handed guys are a little different. So sometimes he floats, but it's definitely not intentional. Would you say that's fair? It's not intentional. And so there's no use getting mad at him, but nobody knows. No one knows more than Levon that he wasn't at his best against Monmouth. On the other hand, no one said it better to me. We'll be good, Coach. We get to play them again, and I'll be ready then. Okay, thanks. On we go. And I'm being serious. That's the kind of guy he is. He's been through a lot of different stuff, but he's on track to graduate thanks to a couple people at Siena that aren't involved with the basketball team, not giving up. But Levon knows how to figure things out, and he figured out that he didn't play so well. But he said, I'll be ready Thursday, I'll be ready Saturday, but I'm looking forward to playing Monmouth again. And I said, good. Now I feel better.
Hey, Nico. Jimmy talked about the Monmouth loss and how the season could have gone some different ways after that loss. How did you guys not let that loss affect you negatively, and how did you kind of respond to it positively and come out strong tonight?
One thing we always preach, our coach says, don't dwell on the past, and there's going to be a bright future. And that's one thing that we've been trying to focus on, is not dwelling on the past. Even if it's like a good play or a good game, we still got to keep moving forward. And I think that's the attitude we went forward with here, and we got good results.
Jimmy, I know it was during a timeout, so you were busy, but did you have a view at all of the half-court shot and the engagement?
I'm pretty engaged. The refs and I, John Gaffney and I go way back from Boston, so and Ray Perone, that's a great veteran crew we had. So sometimes we talked, hey, he was at a block, or is the guy in the circle? So I was talking to a referee about if he's in the circle, but it's a charge, and none of that mattered because I saw Darren Donahue's face, and I was over there, and I saw this eruption of people. I thought, maybe the president, or I thought Governor Cuomo walked in or something. I wasn't kidding, because we were discussing a play because they had taken a lot of charges. It's not just about being in the circle, but if the guy's guarding you, it doesn't matter if he's in the circle. And that's I'm not a big circle guy because it confuses people. Because if you're the main guard, I'm playing against you, and you're in the circle, you can stick it. So we are seriously having a discussion. Then I walk over to the huddle, and I look up, and I hope, what did he win, 50 grand? No, I'm just kidding. He had a half-court shot, right? Then he got married, is that right?
She made the half-court shot.
See, I didn't even know. Is that what happened? See, Brett, you could have done that. Brett's good at half-court shots. But I'm not kidding. I didn't know. I honestly was like, what's going on? And I knew it was positive because I saw all these faces. And I love promotions when I'm a fan. But I had just been discussing something, and I was kind of going through my mind, and I'm like, well, we have to be. And I mean, that was just. So I'm looking forward. I watch games when I get home at night with Time Warner Cable, but that was impressive. I mean, maybe we should do that before the game, and that'll get us. But it was, it was really, that was like the loudest cheer I think I've ever heard here.
I know you
Except when we were down 17 at Loyola and Siena came all the way back and beat us in the MAC semis. That was a pretty loud cheer too.
I know you weren't looking at it, but he got down on one knee and proposed to her. Any advice for the couple to be?
2 bedrooms, 2 baths. You'll stay married forever. Thanks a lot. Brett knows that that's true. The locker room's open. Let me know.